Hi, I'm Megan, and this is my knitting, crochet, and yarn vlog, Properly Meg. I am updating Wednesday, obviously, and that's given me only 4 days to do some progress on my projects. So there's a good bit that I haven't touched at all, and some that I've been really busy on, and then one brand new project. So getting started with the things that I haven't touched is my first of all is my pair of socks that I'm timing myself to see how long it will take a pair to do a pair of socks. I did get the ball of yarn done. It's all balled up and ready. This is Emma's Yarn and Golden Hour. Two conundrums is one, do I do regular socks or shorty socks? And I think I'm going to start with shorty socks. That way I can kind of test and see how long it takes me to do the faster sock, and then I will test and see how long it takes me to do a traditional longer in the leg sock. The second conundrum is, do I use this yarn for the sock that it was intended for, or do I add it to my scrap yarn shawl, which is the second project that I have not touched. So it's still right where it was. I'm using this unknown yarn that I bought over a year ago. So it was supposed to be a scrap yarn thing, but I'm so tempted to go ahead and just sacrifice this whole ball to it because it's going to look so lovely next to this color. And it kind of picks back up on the yellows from the first color. And so I might sacrifice this ball and put it together with this shawl, but I'm not 100% sure yet. And I could technically make shorty socks and use the scrap yarn left over from the shorty socks in the scrap yarn shawl, which is probably what I should do. But I've got so much sock yarn that it won't really hurt me to ball up a whole ball of yarn and sacrifice it to a shawl as scraps. But anyway, the project that I did work on a good bit is my sister's sock. Again, this is using Loops and Thread color in Jungle Land. It's a acrylic, bamboo, viscose, and polyester blend. It's really soft here, but I don't know if my stitches are too tight. I just hope she likes it. I don't know. I haven't been 100% pleased with the yarn. It's pleased me more than I thought it would, but it hasn't been my favorite. But anyway, here's what the second sock is looking like. I've done really good with this. I was about a third of the way through the leg on Saturday when I updated. And so I've done about this much, trying to 3D move it in the air to see. About a good portion of this is done. I'm about a fifth of the way through the foot. My goal is to finish this by the end of the month. I have a couple of days off, Memorial Day off, and another Wednesday off next week that I'm hoping to get this stuff done. And I'm kind of every morning I'm working on at least a couple of rows, so I think it will go quickly enough that I can just finish it off, have it completely done and to my sister, and hopefully fitting on her feet. Because if they don't fit on her feet, I don't know what I'm going to do other than scream and cry and have a royal fit. No, I won't do that. It looks like there's going to be a good bit left over, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do with this because I have a whole nother ball of yarn of this, or a skein of yarn, and my sister bought it, so it's technically her yarn that she's given to me to make socks for her. And I don't know if I'm going to make like maybe arm warmers for her or what, if I'm going to make her anything else. It's taken me since November is when I started the first sock. I finished the first sock last week. And this is what my problem with sock knitting. Like, obviously November to May is forever for part of a sock. And then the second sock, I just blaze through it. It's not always the same. Sometimes I blaze through the first sock, and then do the cuff, and then I wait months to start doing. I get hung up really at the heels. And so this time I just made myself. I sat down and did the heel flap and turned the heel all in a day. And I was like, you're not going to stop until you've started decreasing again. And it worked. So I'm trying to give myself a deadline because these socks really should have been on my sister's feet for her Christmas present. But they weren't. The final thing I've got to show is a new project. It is a crochet. It's going to be a shawl. If I can find the top of it. There. I'm always terrible at which way direction this should go. So this is the spatter pattern. I got it from 500 crochet stitches. It's not my favorite crochet pattern, crochet dictionary, but it's a pretty good little crochet dictionary. It's expensive. Let's see if it says how much it was. It's $26.99, but it's hardcover. It's pretty sturdy. It's got 500 stitches, but that counts like granny squares and stuff too, I think. Yeah, this has granny squares and motifs, and that's why I didn't like it as much, is because some of it was taken up, like, let's see, where do the grannies start? The grannies start here. So, you know, like half the book is taken up with granny squares, and that just wasn't what I was expecting when I got it. But it's good. It's the third or fourth pattern I've used out here. The yarn I'm using is the I Heart This Yarn, or I Love This Yarn, from Hobby Lobby. It's acrylic, 100% acrylic. I wanted to give the shawl a good drape, so I went up from the recommended size I to a size K, as I hold it like it's something grand. Guiding you. Anyway, it's a size K in the Furls crochet hooks. Mostly I just wanted to use the sparkly crochet hook and show it off. But I like my Furls. So far, I haven't had any problems with them. I hear they snap sometimes, or they're easy to break. They are resin. I will say, right through here, there's a little bit where the confetti is kind of poking out through the resin and didn't get completely polished. And it does rub a little, but it's not that much. And it's really nothing that bothers me. So I don't travel with these. These are at-home hooks only. I try not to leave them on the couch where my husband can flop down and sit on one. So far, I've had most of mine. I started buying some in October, and so far not a single one has snapped. So hopefully I'm going to keep up that trend. So that's pretty much it for today. Hopefully next update will be a week from now, and I'll have some more progress, maybe even a finished object or two. So anyway, thank you for watching, and consider giving me a like and subscribe if you like what you saw. Thanks.